Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of Was It Love or Was It Stupidity? You know me, Vic Say Baby Moten Richardson, also known as V-Baby. I want to thank you again for joining me and taking the time out of your busy day to listen to little old me. I hope you're enjoying me. Today I'm going to be coming from my book, My Journey to Becoming Vicky Vic Say. It took 43 years. That's the second part of my life, because the first part of my life, it says I was a virgin when I married him, but he caused me to be treated like a prostitute. And again, by no means am I putting down a prostitute. I can assure you that they too have been hurt by somebody who said they loved them. But I want to tell you a little bit about my book, and then I want you to go out and get it. But don't get it through Amazon. Get it through my website, newhopeagape.org, or wasitloveorstupidity.org. Because Amazon doesn't quite do what they're supposed to do when it comes to authors. And we'll just leave that alone. So just a reminder, when you do get the book, make sure you go through my websites. And you'll find them at the bottom when you subscribe. And you'll find them at the end of this podcast. And today I have a little helper who's going to be helping me remind me of all the different social medias that you can get my book from. But before she comes, I want to give you just a little bit about the story that's in my books. I was just about to lose my home, let's say that. I had lost my job. My husband had been laid off. And we were about to lose our home. It was a lease with option to buy, but we were just about to lose that home. I happened to call the realtor who told me about the home, and she asked me, how's things going? And I said, well, I got laid off. My husband got laid off. So as a result, we're about to lose our home. Almost a perfect stranger said, can you meet me at so-and-so at 3:00 tomorrow? I kid you not, the sheriffs were coming the next morning to lock us out. Normally, I would have packed up all my things, packed up everything, and just moved before the sheriffs were able to put us out. But this particular day, I decided to stand on faith. Today's episode is entitled, Stand on Faith. And the other part of today's episode is entitled, Don't Ever Go Too Far. But this young lady that I barely knew said, follow me down to my office tomorrow, and I'm going to bless you. Almost a perfect stranger gave me $5,000 to save my home. In return, I worked for her for 7 years. This is the part that was stupid. I worked for her for 7 years, sometimes 40 to 60 hours a week. She only paid me $240 a week. That was it. But I would put in overtime galore. I mean overtime. I worked my hands to carpal tunnel even. Had to have carpal tunnel surgery in both hands. And I added it up. In 7 years, if I had been paid for all the overtime and all the people that came along and worked with me, I would have been paid $250,000. Yes. But instead, even though she would help me in other areas, but instead, because of her generosity and my gratitude, I actually worked for $8,000 in those 7 years. Was it love or was it stupidity? You get the books and tell me what you think. Comment below. And today my little helper is going to remind you of where you can follow me. Come on, Brandy.
Okay, don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X, and Facebook.
And thank you so much for joining me. And may God bless you. And don't forget to share it. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.